volume 0%.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Blindformers. I am your host, Blind Prime, and for you today, I have Ecto-1, the Ghostbusters Transformer. Now, he is a special Transformer. I found him online. He is actually easier to get right now than he was before because there are two versions, count them, two versions of him that are exactly the same, but one is got a different paint scheme. It's made to look a little older. It's because of the new Ghostbusters movie coming out soon, and that car is in relation to it. This car, though, is based on the original movie. So you can either choose the original movie car or the newest movie car. Both are Ecto-1, both have the same transformation. The only difference is a paint scheme on the newest one, and the newest one comes with both a Slimer and a thing called Munch or something like that. So it comes with two ghosts. This guy comes with one Slimer. He's a squishy, cool guy. I tried to find him, but I think my cats dragged him off again. Those little guys love dragging things off. All right. Well, let's talk about him. First off, he's a hearse. That's pretty cool. We don't get many hearse Transformers, especially like Cadillac hearses. You got these cool little lights molded into the back. This is straight up like, the king. He's got that, just got that feel. So let's do the measurement. And of course, this is kind of a nostalgia trip for me. I did love the Ghostbusters. Not as much as some people. Some people go a little crazy with it, but I did enjoy it. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. The car mode is 26 studs long. And the car mode is... Now, this may be more based on the Titan's Return or the Power of the Primes or Combiner Wars, whatever that trilogy was called. Let's make sure we got everything right here. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's 8 studs wide, just like the current range of Transformers, War for Cybertron stuff, of the Prime Wars and stuff like that. They have been averaging at 10 studs wide, but the new War for Cybertron trilogy stuff is usually 8 studs wide unless otherwise noted. Now, or at least in vehicle mode. Now let's get to comparison. Here's my Cliff Jumper. Cool. I was worried about you there for a second. Okay, cool. So Cliff Jumper, if you put him to the very back of the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 here, he goes halfway. Yeah. The tip of Cliff Jumper's hood will come between the two doors on the side of the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. Now that that's done, let's work on transformation. So you notice I have it in vehicle mode because this guy comes in vehicle mode. And we will start by taking this weird hosey thing that's on the front of the car. It goes from the roof and plugs into the hood. Directly in front of the window, there is a little bitty, like a 0.05 millimeter plug right there, or maybe it's a 1 millimeter. I'm not sure about the exact size when they get this small, but there's no clipping necessary. It just kind of plugs in and comes out, and it is a little difficult for you to find with your finger, but if you feel around, you can discover it. And you can feel it with your thumbnail or something. All right, so you unplug that one. Now on this side, there's two ways to do this. We're going to do it the way that I like to do it. So I like to unplug the ladder from the top of the Ghostbusters stuff. Like, this stuff is heavily textured, guys. Like, my roommate got a Ghostbusters Hot Wheel car, and I was feeling around the top to see if there was a difference. And actually, this guy's got better molding. All right. So once we've unplugged the ladder from the top, this squishy rubbery ladder, you can go ahead and actually turn it so that the top of the ladder is leaning again, is closer to the tail lights of the vehicle. So the ladder is just going to be laying across the side of your Ecto-1. Now we're going to turn it around to the other side where this hose assembly comes in and plugs into the side of the vehicle. So we're just going to unplug that And then it's plugged in with 3 different plugs. So the next one up, so you have the bottom one that you unplug. It's the thickest, and it has a little 5mm port thing. Maybe that's a 4mm port. Above it is a little rectangular bit that you unplug from the side of the vehicle. And above that one is one more, but you can't get at it until you remove this side here. Now, there's this long bar thing that has a weird little U on the end, and you want to unplug it from the side of your Ecto-1. It's going to be the gun. So we're just going to set that off to the side. And when we've unplugged it, we've allowed ourselves to find the rest of the hose. So we can then unattach it from that point and then just have it loose like that. It's kind of floppy right now, I know, but we'll get there. Now that you have completed that step, go ahead and take off the entire roof of the car. You just pull it up. It's held in by 2 5mm ports and pegs. Once you have unplugged it, we will work on its transformation first, because this becomes a proton pack. So first off, you remember where we removed that gun on the side? Well, now that that area is removed, we can take this weird thing that feels like a double-barrel shotgun that's on the top of the vehicle, and it will ratchet over to the side. And then we take the little light that's on top of the vehicle, fold it forwards, and then we mold the 2 5mm peg bit and actually folds over and will sit nicely on top of everything else. And once that is complete, you have your little proton pack. It's not much, but it is cool. So we're going to set the proton pack off to the side. It's going to attach to that gun when we're done with the transformation. Now we're going to work on the transformation. So first off, let's work on the front. I always start from the hood. I don't know why, it's just something I do. Maybe it's because I imagine it. But so the hood actually going to split up. And once you've managed to unclip the sides of the hood together, go to the sides of the vehicle where there's the back door and the front door handles for both sides. Reach underneath that area with your fingertips, and you'll feel this long straight edge underneath both of them. Go ahead and pull up on each side. There we go. And you're actually moving up the entire sides of the vehicle. So there's some ratchety joints, which will allow it to click-clack all the way up to lay flat against the roof, leaving a space in the center where the proton pack will plug in when we are done with transformation. So once we have finished those bits, we unplug the hood from itself, and it will fold off on either side, allowing us to then unfold the arms from inside the front hood. And inside the arms, of course, there's a hand. The hand is, well, to say it's a little difficult to get out is an understatement, but you can get it out. It just requires a little effort. And there's a little bumpy on the inside of the arm. So where the elbow would be tilting at 90 degrees, if you reach into the interior, you'll feel a little bump. If you pull that bump, it's actually the hand that comes out. Unlike a lot of, well, we'll get into the hands in a minute. So once you have unfolded both arms and revealed both hands, this pauldron thing on his side, it needs to be moved. So if you feel the side with the wheel actually does something cool, it moves down slightly, so you can push it down with your fingers while at the same time picking up the grill part of the hood. And once there's a clearance, a very small amount of clearance, it's not much, but then you can twist the front of the grill across to make his little pauldron. We're going to follow the same step with the other side. So we push down and pull up at the same time. So if you notice the wheel, listen for it. Hear that? That's the wheel moving up and down. Okay? So you want to make sure the wheel area is pushed down, and then the front grill of the hearse is going to fold forwards and be visible. Now, on his chest, if you reach to where his head's supposed to be and feel there, you'll feel that there's a little notch, and you want to put your finger in that notch and pull it out. Listen, and it's a nice little, it's a soft snap, but once you do that, you can rotate the head out, and then you plug it back in, and the head is now visible. Now that that's complete, we will finish up with the legs. So these legs are actually kind of fun. So underneath them, you'll find that you can pick up 2 toes. If you just run your fingers down right below the back wheels, there's where the toes are folded in. And then go ahead and split the back and pull it down. That's all you have to do. You have to do is just pull the entire thing down, and then on the inside of the leg, there is a clip that you can actually pull out, like a little doorway or something. And you want to make sure you pull that out and snap it back in so that the legs can fully form. And when you plug that back in, you hear that nice snap? Listen for it again. Oh, well, it's a soft snap. Once you do that, you can actually lock in the legs so that they're nice and long. Then on the back of the foot, you pull out the back window a bit for the hearse, or Ecto-1, and it becomes the heels. So now that we've completed that, we will lower his arms, and there you have it. We are almost done. Now it's time for his Proton Pack, and this is kind of cool. So actually, I think this is one of the more fun elements of this transformation, is this cool little Proton Pack. I mistransformed it, so you want to make sure that the joint that the 5mm plugs are on has been folded forward as far as possible, and then those guys will plug in. But there is something slightly wrong with it, because it's not clicking. Okay, there's the spot. Okay, if you feel with your finger, you'll feel that there is a tiny little 5mm plug right next to the 5mm plug that's on the reverse of the 2 on the backpack. So once you find the offset 5mm plug, there's a little 5mm port. Well, you find the offset 5mm port. Here, I'll show you again. Unplug that. See, there's 2. There's one in the back, and then there's 2 right next to each other. There's one centered, and then there's one offset. So we take the offset one. If you feel in the backpack, you'll feel that there's a little circle thing, and that offset port is going to plug directly into that circle thing. Once complete, feel around until you feel at the top of the backpack. On the underside, you will feel that there is the hose at the bottom. So find the hose at the bottom, then drag your finger all the way up to the top, and you will find this little notch area. Now this notch is cool because then you can take it, rotate him backwards, and grab the notch, and then plug the notch in directly in his back area. This can be a little bit of a chore, but you can just plug it in, and then you yank it down slightly, and it will lock into place. And that's complete. Now, we will then make sure he's standing right. Sometimes his heel spikes don't work correctly. Then you want to rotate or wrap his belt around. I mean, honestly, you want to, it's a bandolier-like thing, so it goes up and over. Honestly, I haven't figured out what to do with this weird hose assembly when it's in backpack mode. So what I do is I just like to fold it around and plug it into his leg right there. Come on, plug in. There you go. Just like so. Plug that back in. Because, you know, why not? So I just plug it. Sometimes it falls off. All right, come on. All right. There it is. Okay, locked in again. Locked in at the light bar, right below it. on the backpack, and then we're gonna go ahead and plug in his gun. So we'll discover where the... Alright, you want to look for the thin hose-like thing, and on the same side of the body as the thin hose-like thing is, which in this case is the left side, go ahead and plug the gun in. Yeah. So we want to plug the gun in with the little hole in the back of the gun facing behind the robot. So come on, get in your hand. There you go. Hold that gun. There you are. Yeah. All right, and then you just plug in the little thing. And then he's ready to go. He is a ghost-busting machine now that he's got his own Proton Pack. Let's get the measurements out. Oh, no. Where did it go? Come on. I know I heard something fall. 1 second, guys. Here it is. All right. Let's go ahead and get this guy measured. Wrong side. This side. Boom. From the top of the head, we get there, and we have 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So he is 23 studs tall. Here is the comparison to Bumblebee. Bumblebee stands, the top of Bumblebee's head goes right below this guy's crotch. So this dude is a beast of a machine, not to be confused with beast machines. So after all this, I have to tell you guys that I really like this Transformer. Complexity wise, I'd rank him at a 6 in complexity. He has a few steps that you need to pay attention to, but for the most part, he's not a complicated Transformer, but nor is he a simple one. And for the way I like it, I like this guy. My only negative is that the heel spikes on him do fold in quite easily, and it is very important before measuring him to figure out if the heel spikes are out or not. If you move him around, they will fold in, and then you'll have problems setting him up because he keeps falling. Nostalgia value, pretty high. I appreciate the fact that I have a Ghostbusters Transformer, and not only that, I think it's awesome that Transformers has made a hearse. Never thought I'd see a hearse from Transformers. Maybe we'll get a Decepticon hearse. Or maybe Transformers will partner with, the WWE and bring us the Undertaker hearse. That would be hilarious. I would love that. Other than that, no, this is the Ecto-1. He's fun. He's got some cool textures. I do absolutely love the fact he comes with a Proton Pack. And, yeah, just keep tuned, guys. I'll be bringing you some more stuff. And before I go, if you've noticed, today I have been wearing a sleeveless shirt. And that is because, boom, I got my COVID shot. It didn't even hurt. Actually, that was the easiest vaccine I've ever had. And the tetanus one's given me problems more than this thing has. So, go out there, guys. Get your Transformers. Check out this Ecto-1. And, if you feel like it, go and get your vaccine. It doesn't hurt. It's not too bad. I miss karaoke, so I got mine. But, alright, guys. This has been Blind Prime, and I hope you've appreciated the show today. And please stay tuned and subscribe. Comment below. Give me ideas on future episodes. Have any questions, please ask them. And for the most part, just have fun with your Transformers, guys. And stay tuned. There will be more. All right. Bye-bye.